Welcome to 15 Minute Theatre, the only review show that squeezes a whole production into 900 seconds. The date is the 20th of March 2019, and Vicky has been to see Cyprus Avenue. Open the house. You do that every time. Hey Vicky.
Hi, Jim Blob.
Sorry I couldn't make it.
That's all right.
Stuff happens.
I had a lovely time on my own.
Did you?
Yeah, but annoyingly, the woman sat next to me put her coat on your seat. I nearly said to her, look, I've paid for that seat.
Okay, so you did it alone.
Yeah,
and
solo.
And let me give you a bit of information about it. So it's written by David Ireland.
Yes.
Directed by Vicky Featherstone. The designer was Lizzie Coughlin. And and the venue was the Royal Court. And it's running until the 23rd of March 2019.
Are you going to read out the notable actors?
I certainly am.
I really want this.
Okay, so Bridget was played by Ronke Adekologio. Slim by Chris Corrigan.
Yeah.
Bernie by Andrea Irvine. Julie Amy Malloy. Eric Stephen Ray.
Well done. That was better than I thought it was going to be.
The first one was hard, but...
Yeah, you did well. Good effort.
So come on then, give us a synopsis.
So it's basically, Stephen Ray is a guy. Mm-hmm. They're living in Belfast, and it's a family. He's got a wife and a daughter.
That's usually how families are created.
Yeah, and his daughter's got a new baby. And when he meets the baby for the first time, he believes that it looks like Jerry Adams, and he becomes obsessed with the fact that Jerry Adams is this granddaughter of his, and he hates the IRA and all of them lot. So he becomes increasingly agitated, and then some really bad shit happens. Okay,
so it sounds quite heavy. Is it funny?
Do you know what? It was really funny.
Okay.
Really, really funny. Some really dark stuff happens, but it's funny up until a point where all of a sudden you just sort of go, and you can't believe what's happening. And then I think there may be a bit of humour, but you can't really laugh after that. Okay.
I'm intrigued, and I'm not going to be able to see it now.
No, well, I'll tell you afterwards. Oh, well, I could spoil it.
I bet he's taken it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, how was it set? What was the stage like?
So it was basically. I went to see it a couple of weeks ago, so I'm trying to remember. So it's like a big square, with the audience sat around it.
I know what a theatre is.
Yeah. So it was basically like a big carpeted room, and there was one chair on one side and a couple of chairs on the other, and it's sort of the action swings between him talking to his therapist.
Yes.
Presumably, you realise later on it's after an event has occurred.
Uh-huh.
And then this room also is his family home, and there's a bit where he's in a park, and the chairs are a park bench. So everything happens in this very sort of basic set.
Right.
Ask me something
else. Tell me about the actors.
Stephen Ray was absolutely amazing. I'm going to put him up there with my all-time best performances I've ever seen on the stage.
Really?
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Well,
yeah.
Why? How?
Oh,
who? Where?
He was just incredibly funny, and just played this man sort of completely descending into madness with so much humour. He was just absolutely incredible. I have to say, I didn't think all of the cast were good. I'm just going to have a little look at my...
Now, did you need to have quite a knowledge of the Troubles, as they're called?
Well, he does talk a lot about... I'm going to get this wrong, aren't I? Is it a loyalist? Is that the IRA side of things? Sorry, again, it was a couple of weeks ago, so my memory is a bit dim. So he's very much staunchly considers himself British and not Irish. Very anti-IRA and the Ulster Unionists.
Uh huh.
Is that right? Yeah. And so, yeah, I guess it would be helpful to have a little knowledge.
More than you've got by
More
the
than I
sounds of
have,
it.
yeah.
Did it enlighten you? Did it change your perceptions at all?
No, because it wasn't really... It didn't go into a lot about the history of it or anything like that. It was mainly about the fact that he was very much British and he thought Jerry Adams was in his house and he hates Jerry Adams. I think you need to know who Jerry Adams is.
Yes. Yeah, I think you have to have a bit of political awareness.
Yeah.
I was speaking to a friend of mine, Christine, who is a fan of the show. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
She probably won't be after this episode.
Oh.
But she was saying how brilliant it was and how funny.
Is she going to see it as well?
Yeah, she got to see it.
It was incredibly funny. I was proper laughing out loud, and I don't really do that much in the theatre. It was brilliant. He was brilliant, and also the guy that played Slim, Chris Corrigan, was brilliant. The rest of them, I didn't think the psychiatrist was that great.
Okay.
Yeah, and the rest of the family, you could have probably replaced them with actors and you wouldn't have noticed. But those two were amazing.
All right, so what about the technical effects? Were there any? Did they work?
There was a bit where blood came up through the carpet.
Oh, wow.
Which was pretty well done, but it wasn't about technical.
What colour was the carpet?
Oh, I think it was a sort of creamy colour.
So do you think the fact they use a new carpet every night, probably?
Or they just clean it.
Do you know how difficult it is to clean a cream carpet?
I don't think it was real blood.
All right, okay. And is there anything you didn't like?
Yeah, I didn't really like the psychiatrist. I
Okay.
found her a bit wooden.
Who was that played by?
A lady.
Yeah, which one? What's her name?
How did you
Yeah,
say
come
it?
on then. See how easy it is for you.
Ronke. No, I'm not
Just
going to
say Ronke.
Ronke.
Yeah. All right. And what was your standout moment?
I think probably when Stephen Ray first met Chris Corrigan, who they met in a park and some kids had heard Stephen Ray sort of rambling and Chris Corrigan came to kill him. But then they ended up having this like really ridiculously funny conversation and he didn't kill him.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, we're going to take a break and then you can come back and score it all yourself.
Okay.
All right, so before we do this, Vicky,
Yeah.
we're going to talk quickly about audience antics. You did actually jump the gun on this. You've already spoken a little bit about it, but what were the audience like? Were they behaved?
Well, the Royal Court, I do feel, is quite a sort of West London middle class to upper class crowd.
Were your seats good?
Yeah, I had a very good view.
Okay, and it was just this woman.
They're nice seats at the Royal Court, nice.
So at what point did the woman put her bag on my chair?
Or quite early on.
What, before the play started?
No, I don't think it was.
So she waited till the lights went down
Yeah,
and put her bag on my chair?
yeah. A bit rude, I know, a bit rude. I nearly leant over and said, "Excuse me, this is my chair."
I wish she had.
I know, should have done.
All right, okay, so you are going to score it for us. So, Vicky, could you give us a mark out of 10 for performances?
Okay, well, I would have given it a 10 because Stephen Ray is absolutely amazing, but not all of the cast is as strong.
I've written 10 down now.
Well, it's not a 10. He's like a 12. And Chris Corrigan is a 10. But the others...
So that's 11.
So I'm going to give it... just because he's so amazing, I'll give it a 9.
All right. Staged and technical.
Well, it wasn't really particularly technical. I'll give it... But then it didn't need to be. So I'll maybe give it like a 7.
Yep. Narrative, plot.
I'll give it 10.
Wow.
It was unexpected.
Ooh. Originality.
I'll give it I'm going to give it a 10.
Wow. High scoring here. It's funny because whenever you go to the theatre on your own, you always score them quite high. I'm a bit mistrustful
Do you
of
know
you.
what? I think I score them higher when we don't do it on the night. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe it's the other way around.
It's all live, Vicky. It's all live.
Okay, sorry, it's live, yeah.
Was it worth it?
I'll go for a 9, just because some of the other acts let it down a little bit.
Okay, so while I'm totting up the scores, would you tell the listener what we're going to see next?
Yeah, next we are going to see Dame Maggie of the Smiths in a play called A German Life at the Bridge Theatre. So I don't know anything about it, as per usual, so that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I've heard good things about this Maggie Smith, so I'm looking forward to it very much.
Okay.
All right, the scores are in.
Yep.
It gets a star rating of 4.5,
which
gives it a very respectable 5th place.
I
just
mean,
above All About Eve, just below A Very, Very, Very Dark Matter.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would, if it had just been Steve, a one-man show, it would have been, there would have been more 10s in there, because he was incredible. I can't rate him highly enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that was a theatre bar. Thanks for going alone. I'll make sure I'm definitely there with you next time. I promise you, I'll be there.
Because if someone else puts their coat on your seat, I'm going to be furious.
I thought you were going to do an Irish accent then. I'm so pleased you didn't.
No.
See you next time.
Bye.
If you're brave enough to have your theatre production reviewed, please contact us at 15minutetheatre@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter and please rate and review us on iTunes. Thanks for listening.